good, y'all? This is your boy Blak G 92. Now, for today, more so this afternoon, recording a reaction to this video made by a YouTuber named Marvelous Videos titled Top 10 Most Powerful and Creepiest Cenobites from Hellraiser Movies Explained. And shout out to the person that gave me this video to react to. And interesting enough, I've seen a couple of his videos and he really does a good job like doing these not compilations, but more so these top 10 videos as well as far as movies to such. I really like his channel. I dig the content on this channel already. So this is gonna be like a blind reaction to the one dealing with like Cenobites from Hellraiser movies. So I'm interested to see what's gonna be on this top 10. I can already speculate that Pinhead's probably gonna be like in 2 or number 1. So I already know he's probably gonna be in the top 5 and shit, you know what I mean? So I'm interested to see what the other one's gonna be in there. And apologies for not recording, uploading anything yesterday. Got caught up in watching movies and such. So go ahead and make up the day I was absent on here, and also tomorrow for certain doing 2 different reaction videos, maybe even 3. Who knows? Depends how I'm feeling. So, but more than likely I'm doing 2. So I'm going not to waste any more of y'all time. I'm going to see what see what this countdown is looking like. About 3, 2, 1. That screen makes your skin smell.
No. We have to hear it from your own lips.
Top 10 most powerful and creepiest Cenobites from the Hellraiser movies explained. If we don't know the Cenobites by their names, we should undoubtedly know, at least some of them, by their faces.
Oh, yeah.
Cenobites are demonic beings who appear in Clive Barker's most notable works, The Hellbound Heart and The Scarlet Gospels, along with the other 9 productions of the Hellraiser series. These strange creatures are affiliated to hell.
Before he says anything else, they made 10 of these movies. That's crazy. That's insanity when you think about it. How they managed to pull like 9 films out of like the series, whatever. And it started from those 2 books made by Clive Barker. That's interesting when you think about it. But then again, it's not the first. It's definitely not one of the first, nor the last time a franchise started off with maybe 1 or 2 books expand to like 9+ films. That's quite common actually. But anyway, let's get back to it.
And serve as armies of darkness and destruction under their master, Leviathan. The realm of the Cenobites is used to achieve sadistic ends by torturing souls from the human world. Though these Cenobites are equally creepy, they have powers and abilities unique to themselves. If you don't know enough about them, you are in the right place, because we're going to cover the 10 most powerful and creepiest Cenobites.
Before we go into our explanation, we have a very small request. If you like our content, please support us by subscribing to our channel.
I'm going to have to do that.
This is a small click for you, but for us, it means a lot. Thank you.
Damn.
Let's begin.
Don't you just hate them? But
I
in the
try
era
to
of
state of Georgia, the fish. Georgia, we're known for the biggest bass in the United States. It was called here, and you never know what monster going to look.
All right, shut up.
Number 10. The Wire Twins. Hellraiser Inferno. Here's a disclaimer for the entire length of this video. We decided to start with the least creepy of them all. The Wire Twins are more popularly known as Leviathan's sisters. They were sisters in real life before they stepped into the labyrinth, the schism through which the world of Cenobites comes into being. After transforming into Cenobites, they became predators of lust and pleasure, taking it upon themselves to use their dark sexual prowess to satisfy the souls in hell. They're bald, wear revealing attire, and their stomachs and eyes are held together by interconnected wires. But there are also wires on their forehead and below their chins that attach with their bra collars. With long, black, serpentine tongues for oral pleasure, they can go to the extent of slicing through the victim's skin and massaging their muscles. To top it all, they seem to have an incredibly creepy smile on their wired faces. Lynn Spear and Patricia Cara play the Wire Twins, and they make an appearance only in Hellraiser Inferno.
Ooh, that's the scariest dog you ever run across. But those wire twins, like even just them having all those wires and shit around their, like around like their mouth and such, makes it creepy enough. And plus those serpentine tongues, like you described, like just looking all over you, just like I said, just seeing that gives you the creeps alone. Even though it might be the most creepiest, just those two features alone just gives you like this sends chills down your spine. Now, if I was ever see a dog like that in a dark alley somewhere, I would shit myself and just pray that it just kills me immediately.
Oh my god.
Number 9. The Chatterer Beast, Hellraiser Bloodline. Ever wonder what a pet from hell would look like? The Chatterer Beast will clear your doubts. It's a monstrous hound made up of bloody human flesh. The body has evident signs of extreme mortifications and scarring, giving it an outrightly disgusting look. There are no exact origins that led to its transformation, but in the movie Bloodline, it's shown to work as Pinhead's pet. In the film, there was a scene where it fed on a live pigeon offered by Pinhead. Later on, it starts to target the wife of John Merchant. The Chatterer Beast eventually meets its demise in a large space satellite called the Elysium Configuration. Yet, it was nothing but an evil creature with no limits when it came to brutality and carnage for all the time it was alive. Who said all pets are cute?
Now, whoever said that lie needs to get slapped, for real, because not all pets are cute. And depending on who's raising said pets, they could be quite vicious. But anyway, like the special effects designers that made that Chatterer Beast did a great job making it look disgusting.
Number 8. Butterball, Hellraiser and Hellbound, Hellraiser 2. If you were looking for an intelligent Cenobite, here's Butterball for you. Yep. But don't fall for the cute name. He is an obese Cenobite with hollow eye sockets that have been sewn shut. Fortunately, Butterball wears round black glasses for most of his screen time, as if to conceal the horrific sight from us. Yeah. Before becoming a disfigured Cenobite with a gashed stomach and rotten, thick mounds of sagging skin, he used to live an equally despicable life, indulging in total gluttony and perverseness. Appearing in both Hellraiser and Hellraiser 2, the character of Butterball was played by Simon Bamford in both appearances.
Interesting.
Number 7. Torso. Hellraiser Inferno.
Interesting name.
Just as the Chatterer Beast was a pet to Pinhead, Torso Beast is a pet to the Wire twin sisters. Torso is one of the Cenobites who was modeled after the original Chatterer. Also, Torso stands out as one of the most horrifyingly altered creatures in the Hellraiser series, especially among the later parts. With a dented back face, he's supported only by his head, arms, and torso with no lower body. If you want to get freaked out, pay attention to how this hell of a creature crawls his way with that protruding spine. This Cenobite was portrayed by Mike J. Regan, who later went on to play the character of Chatterer in Hellraiser Hellseeker, Hellraiser Deader, Hellraiser Hellworld, and Hellraiser Judgment.
Goddamn. Talk about reoccurring role. That's quite... Talking about reoccurring appearances and role, per se. That's very interesting, because that same actor appeared on all those sequent Hellraiser films, which those I have not seen yet, of course, but interesting bit of information on the torso. And, I forgot what I was about to say, but anyway, let's get back to it.
Number 6. The Engineer, Hellraiser.
Oh, yeah, I remember.
The Engineer is one of the most striking creations among the other Cenobites in this list.
Very striking.
An entirely non-human entity, It seems to have been made with a combination of skin and scales. With feline eyes, a scorpion's tail, and huge claw-like teeth, the engineer has indeed been engineered flawlessly. It almost always hangs upside down, holding on to the labyrinth walls, while its appendages move free. The engineer, as justified by its looks, is incredibly creepy and gruesome.
Yeah.
Interestingly, the engineer is the one who seemed to have opened the gates of hell, letting in all the other Cenobites for the first time. Apart from being the gatekeeper, the engineer is also the guardian of Leviathan. May you never have to meet it.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah.
It's just a box. Thank God for men of reason.
Number 5. Angelique, Hellraiser Bloodline. Angelique is a standout Cenobite for more than one reason. Although she looks mostly human, she's the only Cenobite in this series who was never a human being in her past life. Angelique was more of a design, created to summon an infernal princess. But later, Pinhead finds her and transforms her into a proper Cenobite. Even after her transformation, her body was retained. But now she had a bald head with a split scalp connected with wires, such that a portion of her skull always...
Now, even with her bald head, she low-key still looks cute. Not saying I'll smash, but, you know what I mean? Unwary people that open the box may be lured by her good looks and such, so... Oh. Just want to add that in there.
Invisible. Wearing a tight leather costume, she also has hooks attached to her chest and stomach. Angelique's transformation into a proper Cenobite is more of Pinhead's punishment after she fails to complete the task given to her. It's easy to fall for the simplicity of her looks after having seen gruesome Cenobites like the ones above.
I just mentioned that. Unwary victims like being drawn to her good looks.
Fortunately, people
that's how she gets you, based on how he describes it. I remember this scene. Chatterer.
Number 4. Chatterer. Hellraiser and Hellbound. Hellraiser 2. The Chatterer's depiction is one of the most grotesque and disgusting instances among the Cenobite family. His facial degradation has stretched back his lips to the extent that his ugly set of teeth is left permanently visible, and there are no distinct facial features left. His name comes from the fact that he continually chatters his teeth, and also because of his creepy peeled-back mouth. As Pinhead's army's muscle, he first makes an appearance when Kirsty unravels the lament configuration and restrains her to make her accept a deal with Pinhead. His uncanny appearance justifies the creepy backstory about his transformation. After his transformation, he takes up his affiliation to Hell and starts to hunt for human souls. The Chatterer appears in the first and second Hellraiser movies and has been depicted by Nicholas Vince.
I have to say this, he does a very good job portraying like the Chatterer. That part freaked me the fuck out. So.
Number 3. Female Cenobite. Hellraiser and Hellbound. Hellraiser 2. This female Cenobite does not have any nickname, but it doesn't change the fact that she is one of the series' creepiest and most terrifying creatures.
Yeah.
Although her character does not have an emergent background, even her presence is enough to terrify. Her throat is ripped apart from the center, and you can see her defaced larynx and bloody throat. She also has a wire penetrating her cheeks and hanging from her face. She became one of the most popular and dreaded Cenobites owing to her chilling delivery of the often quoted sentence, "Maybe we prefer you." Grace Kirby portrayed the character in Hellraiser, and Barbie Wilde in Hellbound, Hellraiser 2.
How's all to the actresses? They really did their part in their respective roles as the female Cenobite, and yes, just looking at that severed throat would probably just have you just fearing for your life for certain. Especially after you open the puzzle, but especially after you like mess around and solve the puzzle and everything. So, Doctor.
Number 2. Dr. Chennard, Hellbound, Hellraiser 2. Even before becoming a Cenobite and serving Leviathan, Dr. Chennard used to have a crooked way about doing things. Using his profession, he experimented with his mentally unstable patients to solve the puzzle box and find a way to hell. He's scary and repulsive. His transformation was done by pushing several sharp wires across his head so that his skin was permanently left cut. The top of his head also boasts an ugly phallic appendage that places itself on his head as a 4-pronged drill bit. He can also eject tentacles from his palms and even small human fingers from the center of those tentacles. Throughout Hellraiser 2, he remains the primary villain who directs characters into the labyrinth, the Cenobite's realm. Interestingly, the Doctor is also the first character in the series whose early life as a human and the final transformation into a Cenobite is depicted entirely. From being a sadistic human, this demented Doctor becomes a fouler and more sadistic Cenobite obsessed with his grotesque and bloody face. Kenneth Branagh played the role of this horrifying Doctor.
Yeah, I forgot how much scumbag the Doctor was before he transformed.
I am forever.
Number 1. Pinhead,
I knew it. Pinhead's
the Hellraiser series. Finally, the leader of the pack is here. Pinhead was meant to be just another Cenobite, but with his rising popularity among the Hellraiser followers, Barker and his team decided to elevate him to be the Cenobite chief. He is the leader of the Cenobites and is responsible for every single soul to be tortured by their family. His face is a grand symbolism of pain, with several pins inserted into his entire facial structure and head. We don't understand quite enough whether to look for a long time or to look away. Pinhead's appearance and chilling personality struck a chord with the audience immediately. In addition to that, his delivery of the most famous dialogue, "We will tear your soul apart," made him one of the most memorable characters in dark horror films. Pinhead's backstory is also intriguing. Born as Elliot Spencer, he was a war veteran who became extremely frustrated with living after witnessing the living horrors of war. And that started his affair with the world of darkness and suffering. The character of Pinhead appears in all of the parts of the movie series. It was played by Clive Barker's good old friend, Doug Bradley, who continued to play the role in the first 8 parts. Only for the 9th and 10th part was he replaced owing to his retirement.
And if you liked our content, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to us if you haven't already. Have a good one and be safe.
Oh yeah.
Thanks everyone.
Oh, that would be a painful way to go.
Which do you find more exhilarating?
Like a pin shoved through your throat, and the spinal cord. Painful way to go. Great way to end off on the countdown, dealing with Cenobites. And that was Marvelous Videos top 10 most powerful and creepiest Cenobites from Hellraiser movies explained. And they did a good job as far as compiling the 10 they felt was powerful and creepy, starting off with something from the latter series, working their way up to the OG, the leader of the Cenobites, Pinhead. And based on, of course, that's how I described it and what I've read. The popularity of him led to Pinhead being the leader of the Cenobites as such. And I say the team consists of Clive Barker and whoever else was doing the first film did the right call. They did the right call as far as making the leader. And I shout out to Doug Bradley for his performance, because his performance right there especially with the first 2 I've seen, definitely would live on even 30 years after it came out. And like I mentioned in my last reactions, first run across these 2 films on Netflix 2-3 years ago, still holds up after coming out in the late 80s. That's it. That should tell you something. That definitely should tell you something. And I'm definitely looking forward to doing more reactions to these Marvelous videos. If you want me to do so, be sure to post them in the comment section below. And if it's your first time watching this reaction, as well as you want to stay tuned for whatever I have in store, be sure to hit that like button, hit that notification button, hit that subscribe button, as well as follow me on social media accounts, as well as hit that donation link to my PayPal, as well as support your boy. if you know, you know, because it's already mentioned it several times by other videos about the whole PayPal link, whatever. So if you're able to, cool. If not, cool. Just let all your family members, friends, co-workers, whoever else, neighbors, about this channel, because we going up, like, for real. Like, we're going to end this year with a bang and going into 2022 with a bang. So last 2 months, well, more so last month or two of 2021 will just be capped off and be hella this like straight, like, with a bang, straight with a bang, for real. But anyway, this your boy Blak G 92 about to sign off. Holla at your boy. Peace.